All right, good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be starting Module 2, Topic C. So hopefully you guys all got that from the sub. Um, so how about your Module 2, Topic C? We are on Lesson 17. So the title of this lesson says Comparing Tape Diagram Solutions to Algebraic Solutions. Let's go over what that means real quick. So tape diagrams, we're going to be revisiting some tape diagrams. Not exactly like the ones when we did the sales problems, but somewhat similar. And then algebraic solutions. Just remember, algebra is pretty much like the math that includes variables, which we did a little bit of. And once we go over an example, you guys will remember that. Okay, so on lesson 17, so I don't actually have the correct page numbers on mine, so just look. I want everybody to go to the first page of lesson 17. You guys should see where it says opening exercise. We'll read this one together, or I'll read it to you guys. You guys can follow along. It says, for his birthday, Zach and three of his friends went to a movie. They each got a ticket for $8 and the same snack from the concession stand. If Zach's mom paid $48 for the group's ticket and snacks, how much did each snack cost? So, real quick, let's just summarize the main part for that. So Zach and three of his friends, right? So 4 people total. They went to a movie. They got a ticket for $8 and the same snack. Do you know how much the snack is right now? No, we don't. Right? We don't know how much the snack costs, and that's actually what they want us to figure out. But we also know that Zach's mom paid $48 for everybody. That means for all four people, it costs $48. I'm having you guys break this up into 3 sections. So to pretty much answer this question, how much did the snack cost? We're gonna answer 3 different ways. One way is the equation. So first of all, here I'm gonna write the equation over here in the middle. This is the equation they came up with to represent the situation. So I want you guys to think about how do we know that this equation represents this whole situation with all the highlighted parts here? So one way you could figure that out is, so we know the total is $48, right? So that means everything equals 48. Everything put together equals 48. We know they all got a ticket for $8. So the ticket plus a snack, right? We don't know how much the snack costs, so that's why it's S. It's a variable. That's why, remember how I said algebra is math with variables? This is a variable here. The snack plus the $8 ticket, right? That's what each person got. But since 4 people got it, that's why you got the 4 in front of the parentheses. So that's showing that there's a snack plus the $8 movie ticket 4 times. Together that equals 48. So that coming with the equation is not the easiest if you're just looking at the word problem. So a good strategy is to draw a tape diagram. First of all, I'm draw just a big box like we normally do. We're gonna label the whole thing. What's the whole cost of everything? 48, right? Here we're gonna split up each box, or split into how many boxes? There's 4 friends total, right? Or there's 4 people total. Zach and 3 of his friends. We're gonna split into 4 boxes. So each box here represents each person that's going to the movie. Sometimes each box would represent something different, but in this problem, each box represents each person that went to the movie. So what I could put in each box is, we know they all spent, there's $8 for each of them, right? $8 for the movie ticket for each of them, but that's not it. Also, they all got a snack. And we don't know what this cost of snack is, so we just put a variable, in this case S. So a lot of times what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to have a word problem. You're going to draw a tape diagram first to help you with the equation. So right here, you got S, the snack, plus the $8, right? There's one person has a snack, or one person buys a snack and an $8 movie ticket. And since there's 4 of them, 4 of the same thing over and over, right here you can represent like that. You get S plus 8 times 4. Remember, when you have a number in front of parentheses, that means it's multiplying. It's like you have s plus 8 4 times. That's what the 4 in front means. That's how many times you have whatever is inside the parentheses. You got s plus 8 4 times, 4 boxes. I know I'm repeating it a lot, but I want to make sure you guys understand. And the total equals 48, so that's why it equals 48. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the equation again to the right. Whenever there's these equations that have parentheses like that, you can solve it 2 different ways. And I'm going to show you guys. If you remember earlier in the year, actually real quick, so remember earlier in the year we talked about how to solve for the variable, right? We're trying to figure out how much the snack costs. So we're trying to get s by itself. We're trying to figure out what the price of the snack is. Let's see. I know some of you guys could kind of tell what the answer is by looking at it and maybe plug in different numbers, but that's not the point. The problem's easy right now with somewhat easy numbers that you could kind of figure that out, but the main goal is to be able to show your work on how to solve the equation, get the letter by itself. One thing I can do here is remember our goal is to get s by itself, so we got to get rid of some numbers. We got to get rid of the 4 and the 8, right, so that the s is by itself. So the question is, which one do I want to get rid of first, the 4 or the 8? Remember way back when we talked about how do we know which one to get rid of first? You list out, here I'm going to list out what's happening to s first. S is first being added by 8, right? That's inside the parentheses. It's added by 8, and then what happens after it's being added by 8? It's being multiplied by 4. So if you remember, when you list it out, we want to do what happens last first. Remember when we're trying to solve an equation, we all do the opposite. So since it's first adding 8, then multiplied by 4, we start with multiplying by 4. How do we get rid of multiplying by 4? The opposite is divide by 4, right? So here I divide both sides by 4. That cancels these out. So I got s plus 8. Well, what's 4 divided by 4? 1, right? It's like that 1 in front. I'm going to show you guys, what happens when we have a 1 in front of parentheses? It multiplies with everything on the inside. What's 1 times s? S. What's 1 times 8? 8. That's why that 1 doesn't matter. That's why when we divide both sides by 4, they basically cancel each other out. And then on the other side, 48 divided by 4 gets you 12. So this part here tells you something important also. It tells you that, what's s plus 8? That's a snack plus the $8 ticket, right? That's each person. Each person got a snack plus the $8 ticket. So each person spent $12, or each person cost $12 for the mom, right? Then how do we get rid of the plus 8? We do the opposite, which is subtracting 8. They cancel out. So the snack is $4. So each snack is $4. So I think this is the quicker way to how to solve it. Let me show you the other way that you can also solve it. And I want you guys to be able to do both of them. I expect a lot out of you guys. So that 4. So remember, the 4 distributes. When you have a number outside parentheses, it multiplies with everything inside. What's 4 times s? So whenever you multiply a number and a letter, all you can do is just put them next to each other. So I got 4s. This is saying you got 4 snacks, right? In total, they got 4 snacks. Plus 4 times 8. The 8 movie tickets together cost $32. 8 times 4 is 32. Equals 48. Okay, so again, we're going to get s by itself. Do I get rid of the 32 first or the 4 first? Again, let's list out what's happening in s. Here, s is first being multiplied by 4, right? And then it's being added by 32. So remember, we work backwards. We get rid of the plus 32 first. Subtract 32 from both sides. They cancel out. On the left side, I got 4s. On the right side, we got 16. What does this tell us? Or what is it saying? This is saying that 4 snacks cost $16, right? Remember, how do we get rid of this 4? And the 4 in front of the s means it's multiplying. So we got to do the opposite, which is dividing. they cancel each other out. So I got S equals 4. So once again, get the same answer, right? So not all problems you can solve the equation 2 different ways, but problems like these where they got the parentheses, you can. And I do want you guys to be able to do both of them. Hopefully you guys kind of understand it. I'll do a couple more examples, of course. So this next part will require you guys to take out a line paper, and you guys are going to submit this line paper in tomorrow. So you guys all just take out a line paper. You're going to put your name at the top right, and you can title it Lesson 17. So you pause the video, you want to do that real quick. And you are still going to need your module. Well, you'll still need that first page, because this next part is related to that one page. So right now you guys just need to have the same page you're just writing on, as well as a line paper titled Lesson 17. Again, you guys can pause the video. You guys still need to work on that, or take that out. But for now, right here, we're looking at the exploratory challenge. So let's just have you guys follow along right now while I read this part. So it says, John and Ag are summarizing some of the expenses of their family vacation for themselves and their 3 children, Louis, Missy, and Bonnie. Write an algebraic equation, create a model to determine how much each item will cost using all the given information. So we're gonna do, well, in this video I'm gonna go over a couple problems with you guys, and then tomorrow you guys are gonna do the rest of them. But you're always gonna be referring to this box right here. Some of these word problems you guys are gonna see won't have the complete information. You guys gotta refer to this to help you out. So on your line paper, you're gonna write down scenario 1. If you want, you just write down number 1. You don't have to copy down the word problem, just write down 1. Alright, so, and again, we're going to do the 3 sections just like we did for the previous problem. But here it says, during one rainy day on the vacation, the entire family decides to go watch a matinee movie in the morning and a drive-in movie in the evening. The price for a matinee movie in the morning is different than the cost of a drive-in movie in the evening. The tickets for the matinee morning movie cost $6. How much did each person spend that day on movie tickets if the ticket cost for each member was the same? What was the cost for a ticket for the drive-in movie in the evening? Alright, so kind of a lot of information there. So I like to highlight just the important parts, which hopefully you guys can do also. So they went on a trip during a rainy day. They went to watch a matinee movie in the morning. That's like a matinee is just like a morning movie. Whenever you go to the theaters, it's a little bit cheaper. And then a drive-in in the evening. So we know that the matinee morning movie costs $6, right? They asked us a couple things. How much did each person spend that day on the movie tickets? And how much was the cost of a ticket in the drive-in movie? So how much was a drive-in ticket? Right. So just looking at that, that's not enough information. So that's why we got to refer back to that previous page right here. Well, first of all, we know there's 5 people, right? There's 5 people on the trip. John, Ag, and the 3 kids. So where's the movies? Right here. The total for the movies for one day is $75. So for everybody, it's $75. So we can just go ahead and put that just right here. You guys don't have to write it down. You can if you want. Total is $75. Okay, so we know that. We're going to start off with the tape diagram. How many boxes are we going to draw? We're going to draw 5, right? 1 for each person of the family, or for each member of the family. We got the dad, the mom, and the 3 kids. This is for the movie. We know the total for all movies we just said is 75. Again, that's from that previous page, right? In the module. Okay, so what did each person spend? We know they all spent $6 for the matinee movie, so I can put 6 in each of them. But what else did they each spend? It says they all went to see the drive-in also, right? So right here, they went to the matinee movie and then drive-in. And again, you guys should be writing this down. The tape diagram and then the equations. So we don't know how much the drive-in movie cost, so we put D for each of them. Plus, right? They spent money for the drive-in and the movie in the morning. That cost $6. Alright, so I want to see if you guys can try to see if you can write the equation on your own first. So pause the video, challenge yourself, because if you're just getting all the answers from me and not trying on your own, you're not going to learn as well. So try to see if you can come up with the equation on your own first. It's just like the other one. Alright, so the equation here. So all the boxes are the same, right? We got D plus 6. But we have it 5 times, so you could put in parentheses, you have the 5 in front. That means you're multiplying by 5. And then equals 75. Once again, our goal is to solve for D. Alright, so to solve for D here, let's see. We can get rid of that 5 first, right? So once again, I know I said this earlier, some of you guys already understand it, but some of you guys forget because it is a common thing that people make mistakes on. To figure out what to get rid of first, the 5 or the 6. Remember, D is first being added by 6 and then multiplied by 5. We got to work backwards. We got to get rid of that 5 first, since that's the last thing happening. This part, again, you don't have to write it down. I'm just writing it to kind of show you guys. D is first being added by 6 and then multiplied by 5. So we got to get rid of this first by doing the opposite. Divide both sides by 5. The 5's cancel out. I got D plus 6. What? 75 divided by 5? 15, 34. Yeah, 15. All right. So 75 divided by 5 is 15. Right here, that tells us that the drive-in plus the $6 matinee movie costs $15 total. That answered that first question, right? How much did each person spend that day? They spent a total of 15. But then the second question is, how much is a ticket for the drive-in? Here, to figure out the drive-in ticket, I gotta get D by itself by subtracting 6. And you get 9. So D equals 9. Alright, and real quick for the other way, you guys don't have to try to do it on your own first, just because you guys will get an opportunity to do a bunch of those on your own tomorrow. I want to make sure you guys have enough time to finish the video. The other option is to get rid of the 5 first. Oh no, it's to distribute the 5. 5 times D is 5D. That means 5 drive-in tickets plus 5 times 6 is 30. So $30 total for the matinee movies. Here, get D by itself. Subtract 30 from both sides. Here, 5D equals 45. Now I gotta get rid of, this means 5 drive-in tickets cost 45, right? Divide both sides by 5. And we get 9. So each drive-in ticket, again, costs $9. We solved it 2 different ways. Alright, so make sure you guys have that. Alright, so you guys are going to write down scenario 4 here, or just write down number 4. We're skipping 2 and 3 right now. You guys will go back and do those tomorrow. So just underneath number 1, just write down number 4. And then you can just do the other problems underneath these ones. So here it says, while John, Louie, and Bonnie went to see the baseball game, Ag and Missy went shopping. They bought a t-shirt for each member of the family and bought 2 pairs of sandals that cost $10 a pair. So they bought a t-shirt for each member, for everybody, but they only bought 2 pairs of sandals that cost $10 a pair. So that our job is to figure out how much each t-shirt costs. So again, we got to refer back to that page. Sandals and t-shirts. Right here, right? It's $120 total. So let me just put totals 120. So let's start by drawing a tape diagram here. This one's gonna be a little bit different. Let me go over a common mistake people would put here. Let's see. There's 5 people, right? So they got a t-shirt for everybody, right? So I can put T for everyone. And it says they bought 2 pairs of sandals total that cost $10. All you guys would just put plus 10 for all of them. But that doesn't make sense, right? Because they're not getting a pair of sandals for everybody. It's only 2 people who get sandals. So you got 2 options here. You can write so here, the first option is you could just put plus 10 for 2 of them, because only 2 of them are getting both a t-shirt and sandals, while the other 3 are just getting t-shirts. Another thing you might do that for a lot of the tape diagrams, there's a few different ways you could write it. There's not one exact perfect answer. Some of you guys might put like that, and then put 20 like that. They got 5 t-shirts and 2 sandals that cost $20 total. That's okay also. Whichever, if you want to do like that, that's okay. And then don't forget to label the total as 120. Alright, so let's see. For the equation. So in this problem, I'm not going to put parentheses. The other 2 problems we put parentheses because all the boxes were the same. And that kind of gives you a hint that you're going to have parentheses here. So you're not necessarily going to have parentheses for this one. Let's just think about what do we have. Just look at the tape diagram. What do we have? What did they buy? They bought 5 t-shirts, right? So why don't we just go ahead and put 5T. And then they bought 2 sandals that cost $10 each, which was $20 total because it's 2 sandals. So this is actually your equation here, like that. Make sure you don't do this, because this would be saying that they got 5 t-shirts and $20 worth of sandals 5 times. Because remember, the 5 with the parentheses multiplies everything. So you got 5 here and the 20 inside. That means it's 100. They didn't spend $100 on sandals, right? So that's why we don't have the parentheses there. So 5 t-shirts plus $20 worth of sandals. I think here this is a pretty easy equation to solve. Or here I could subtract 20 from both sides. Got 5t equals 100. That means 5 t-shirt in total costs $100. Get rid of the 5 by dividing both sides by 5. And you get 20. So that means each t-shirt costs $20. Alright, let's do one last one real quick. Scenario 7. So again, just write this underneath 4. Right here it says the family decided to stay at a motel for 4 nights. The motel charges a nightly fee plus $60 in state tax. What is the nightly fee with no tax included? So real quick, let's go back to that page with all the totals. What's the total for the motel? It's 400, right? Motel and tax is 400. That's a lot. So, total is 400. Alright, so one key thing here is the motel, they charge a nightly fee, right? We don't know how much that is. And they charge $60 in state tax. They are not, the $60, that's not for every day. That's just like a one-time fee. So, So again, the 60 is not for every day. That's a one-time fee. So with my tape diagram here, we're going to draw a nightly fee. How many boxes are we going to draw? We're not going to draw 5, right? Not for each person. We'll draw 4 boxes for 4 nights, right? Put N for nightly fee, or F, whichever one. I'll put F for the fee. So the nightly fee, right? And then, but they also charge $60. So what you could do here is, you got a couple options. You could put plus 60 just in one of the boxes to show that they're only paying that one time, right? Or if you want, you could actually just add another box and put 60 there. Whichever one you want to do. I'm just going to put 60 like that. And with the tape diagrams, with some leeway there, you could kind of do it a few different ways. And then total is 400. From there, the equation is pretty easy. They pay the nightly fee 4 times, right? So 4F plus the 60, the one-time 60. Again, we don't put parentheses here because not all boxes are the same, and they're not paying. If you put 60 in parentheses, that means you're paying 64 times. In this one, they're only paying 60 once, so that's separate from the 4F. So real quick, solve for F here, subtract 60 from both sides. Got 340. And 4F on the left side, divide both sides by 4. F is, I don't know off the top of my head. Alright, 85. So that means the nightly fee is $85. Alright, so hopefully you guys got the hang of that. Make sure you guys hold it on to this paper. We're going to add more onto it tomorrow, and you guys will turn it in after that. Alright, have a good rest of your day.